Good morning and welcome to my experiment. I've been single for almost 7 years in the sense that I ended my marriage about 7 years ago. The separation situation and all of that took about a year before things were finalized, but I know people have different opinions on this, but as far as I'm concerned, once you've had that conversation to separate, the marriage is over and the rest is just paperwork. So that's why I classify myself at that date. And I truly believe marriage is about the commitment and not about the piece of paper. So that's where I'm coming from. I have kind of bounced in and out of potential relationships over the last 7 years and have been fully celibate and choosing singleness for the last year. I am not opposed to finding something, but I think the longer I am alone, the more I have higher standards and higher expectations. So the likelihood of me finding somebody kind of diminishes with each year, and that's okay. And that's why I am sharing, because I have had some crazy experiences in the last 7 years. I've had some wonderful experiences. I've had some really difficult experiences, and I've had some just hilarious experiences. All of that has brought me to this place where I have been able to decenter the romantic relationship or the pursuit of the romantic relationship. And my entire life is no longer about that. So I'm going to be sharing some tea, and I thought I'd be super corny and have a different cup of tea every time I share a story. Today I'm just going to be adding a green tea in. I don't really like green tea, but whatever. I like it if it's like iced and you put lemon in it, but it's too cold for that today. So we're going to have some tea with my little favorite coffee mug. So, I thought I'd start with kind of my mentality, and then I'll go into some of the stories over the next few weeks. Primarily because I've been told I should write a book, and writing a book is a lot of work, and I want to make sure there's enough interest before I go into writing a book. Or hey, maybe the interest will be just fun through social media, and I can have my fun without having all of the effort of writing a book. So decentering relationships. And I say relationships because I know there's also this trend going around of decentering men. And I don't know that that's necessarily what needs to happen. Probably for some people, I mean, that's a personal choice on what your decentering needs to be. But for me, it was about the pursuit of being chosen that I needed to decenter. And, and I feel like a man could easily need to decenter a woman or the pursuit of that relationship as well. Because to be quite honest, if we live our lives looking for that significant other and that never happens, then our lives have been wasted. If we live our lives full of joy and happiness and fill it with other meaningful relationships, and we don't find that significant other, our life has been well lived. We do find that significant other, and it just adds to the awesomeness, right? So I am sick and tired of all the relationship coaches saying, oh, just love yourself, find yourself, do what you need to do for yourself, and then that love will come. Like, they share this amazingly moving personal story. I just heard one this morning when I was getting ready for work. They share this great story about how they gave up the pursuit and they stopped trying so hard and they just learned to love themselves. And then bam, they found their person. But that's missing the whole point, because if they're ending with that like nice little bow of finding their person, did they really learn what they should have learned from that? Did they really give up what they say they're giving up? I don't think they did. I've run across some people that are like me, and they're take it or leave it as far as romantic relationships go. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. It really depends on the circumstance. And at the end of the day, my life is me, and I'm the only one that's living it, and I'm the only one that's going to be here for all of it. So I have to make decisions that are going to put my future at the best vantage point and not be worrying about, oh, what if this hypothetical person that I might meet in the next few months or years might not like this thing this way. I mean, that's just so ridiculous, but I've heard that my entire life, and I'm still hearing it now, even after the failures and the difficulties that I have come back from. And for me, I think when I was first told to write a book, my mentality was, oh yeah, it'll be great. I was in that space. I was like, oh, that'll be great. And I can end it, with the person that I've met that kind of made the whole crazy journey worth it. And then I was going along my journey, and then I realized I have to be the one that makes the journey worth it. So I don't know. I don't know if this will end with a happy bow. Because even after I finish sharing my stories, my life is still going to continue. I can tell you that I've come to this place where even if I do find that person, my life is still going to be about what's best for me. And of course, there'll be factors where I include that person. But at the end of the day, I've done too much work to lose myself in that again and just put this check mark by it and say all of this was worth it because I met this person, That doesn't, meeting that person shouldn't negate everything that I have done or you have done. And hopefully sharing my stories will help people kind of see their own selves through my experiences and get to a place where they can 1000% enjoy life without the need for having that person at the end of it. Because it's great if you can find that person, but there's no guarantees. And I know that I don't want to waste my life looking for somebody that may never come. So I'd like to share my experiences, and you can laugh with me and cry with me and tell me I'm crazy and not understand how I ever could have put up with some of the stuff that I put up with. And hopefully along the way, you'll see yourself and you'll be able to get on the fast track to a wonderful life filled with joy and happiness and peace that is still open to other ways of expressing all the things that life can give us. But at the end of the day, we're the only ones who are here for the whole ride. So let's make it worth it.